You're watching a century of service. Naval Station Norfolk, then and now.
Naval Station Norfolk is also home to a fleet of fixed-wing aircraft. One of the most well-known is the E-2C Hawkeye. And at VAW 120, they're responsible for training the next generation of pilots and crew members. Up in the sky with the Greyhawks of VAW 120.
Got the idea in my head, ran with it, never let go.
Getting ready to go fly.
Their day starts with the morning brief.
We'll just take it as it comes, and we can be helpful if we are.
Then it's time to gear up.
Kind of when the helmet comes on, kind of got to put the rest of the stuff out of your mind.
But that's a bit harder today for instructor pilot Mike Lane.
Yeah, my wife is actually past her due date right now, so kind of waiting for the call any second now.
Luckily, he and his crewmates aren't going far. Lane, along with instructor pilot Tim Steiner and Naval Flight Officer Becky Zasia, are running drills above their home base here at Naval Station Norfolk.
It's something I've always felt drawn to.
The team is a training unit. Their main objective is to prepare new pilots and crew members in the E-2C Hawkeye and the C-2 Greyhound. The aircraft provide airborne early warning. They are the Navy's eyes in the sky.
Look ahead to see what's coming to protect the carrier strike group.
It's a fusion that I've never experienced anywhere else, and it's great. It's what makes me love coming to work every day.
If this were football, Steiner says the squadron would be the offensive coordinators.
Everyone's doing their own little piece to make a big thing happen.
A small part of a big team.
It's great to be a part of something that's been around for 100 years, especially in this area. I know how much military is a part of this area.
This is a day in the life of VAW 120.
Blessed you are to have such an awesome job.
For a captain of a ship, there's no such thing as a bad day at sea.
I've been sailing since I could walk.
Pete Bailey is no stranger to the waterways around Hampton Roads. He's been captain of the Tracy Moran for 17 years.
Lorette from the Tracy Moran 13.
Yeah, Lorette, stand by.
Good morning. You down South Wall?
Pete and his crew are getting ready for another day on the water.
Mark, you read me? Yeah, I'm on my line.
They run one of 7 tugboats out of Naval Station Norfolk.
Start my generator up. I got a push button. Here we go.
The tugs are really the ones doing all the work because the military ships are too big to get in and out of the piers on their own.
It's kind of like a band.
If a ship is coming back from being underway, the tugboats actually bring people called pilots out to the ship once it gets close to base. The tugs can get close enough that they can actually climb from one ship to another. The pilots take over control of the ship from the captain, and from there, it's nothing but trust and teamwork to get the ship docked.
You have the band conductor, who is the pilot, and then you have all the instruments, which is the tugboat, to get the ship safely either into the pier or out into the river to go out to sea.
The pilot gives all the instructions, how hard the tug should push, where to be, and how fast they should move. These tugboats are small, but powerful enough to get these vessels to exactly where they need to be.
You're clear of everything back here, Mike.
Then it's on to the next one.
Yeah, I'm here. So I just report in and wait.
In this case, the Kearsarge. The assault ship is so big it needs 4 tugboats to help get it underway.
The Wendy is out at the end of the pier, waiting to pick up the starboard bow. The Surrey is on the port bow, and they're putting a line up now. And that is the Marcy right there.
The tugs maneuver, push, and pull until the ship is in the right position to go off on its own.
It's being confident in your ability to handle everything at once. It does take a certain amount of calmness and control and ability to handle the myriad of things that are going on.
Once everything is where it needs to be, it's time to go home.
It's the sense of accomplishment after every job is done. Either the sailors are safely at the dock and they can go home, the ship is safely out to sea to do its mission.
So these captains and their crew may not wear a traditional military uniform.
That's why we're here, to help the Navy run their show.
But they're still doing their part to serve their country.
If the military is the tie that binds Naval Station Norfolk to the surrounding cities, it will be the rising tide that breaks us apart.
So we know, based upon measurement, that it's been rising.
ODU professor Ray Toll has made it his work to show the threat of sea level rise on the base and surrounding cities.
If you had an iPhone 5, this is a 6. Every 10 years it's been going up by this much, and every 20 years this much.
Here at the lowest point on Patrol Road, the main fence was reinforced with a second fence. Take a look. You see these black bars along the spacing here. What was happening was the floodwaters were coming in, pushing debris against the main fence on the outside right here, knocking it over, which essentially creates a security breach right here on base.
We'd see a rise in those stock prices, and that would be reflected in green numbers on the board.
The stock market and local businesses in Hampton Roads would also be affected by a threat to the installation, says an expert.
So last year was the first year that the Navy in the Hampton Roads area had a direct economic impact of greater than $10 billion. TOD activity accounts for about 20% of economic activity in Hampton Roads.
There are signs that things are getting worse on the base. Take a look at that body of water across the road. It hasn't rained here in weeks, yet that body of water still remains. And if we do see a hard rain in this area, you can expect all the flood waters to rush over this road, cutting off two sides of the base. This double-decker pier was installed at the base to deal with sea level rise, but it has limitations. When the water rises, vehicles can no longer drive down the lower pathway, which can in turn delay preps made to a ship before its next mission.
American ships will sail the seas.
While President Donald Trump trumpets a larger Navy, he does not concede to climate change. And that means getting federal help will be difficult. So, Toll is trying a different approach.
When you flip this thing a little bit,
he is part of a group that convened an intergovernmental pilot project.
Control copy.
The blueprint urges a partnership between the base, the cities of Hampton Road, and the federal government. But instead of emphasizing the term sea level rise, he's selling the concept as infrastructure spending. It's an effort to grab part of President Trump's $1 trillion plan to upgrade America's roads, airports, and rail lines.
They can be building blocks from a regional to regional approach across the country.
Only time will tell if Toll's plan will work, but with evidence of sea level rise clearly visible throughout Naval Station Norfolk, it is a race against the clock to protect its future.
We hope that the new administration will see that these recommendations are worthy of the tax dollar.
100 years. For a full century now, Naval Station Norfolk has served the nation and served it well. But in many ways, this is just a beginning, and there no doubt will be many decades of service yet to come. And we here in Hampton Roads will get a front row seat. Lucky us. I'm Mike Gooding. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a century of service. Naval Station Norfolk, then and now.